All right, today I'm going to show you how to create a terrain from topography lines, the kind of lines that you'll get from a survey, land survey. And we're going to take these curves and using Grasshopper, convert them into a mesh that we can then manipulate. And I'm going to show you how to create a plateau or a flattened region from this terrain, simulating what you would have as a building footprint and some of the cut and fill that would go into a building project. So we're going to start in Grasshopper. So you can type Grasshopper. And the crux of this definition is going to be the Delaunay component. So that's here under Delaunay mesh. So that's going to be the thing that creates our mesh. And this looks for points that it's going to triangulate. So we have curves, and so we want to take these curves and convert them to points that we then plug into this. And then there's going to be another step where we clean this up a little bit so the mesh comes out a little bit more clean. So we need to start with these curves. So I'm going to double click and type CRV, bring in the curves component, select these, set multiple curves. And with those, I want to divide. So I'm going to divide these curves into points. So I'm going to use the divide length. This allows me to keep a consistent length for the points. So I'm going to say just 1. In Rhino, I'm going to make sure that my units are set to feet and inches. And so we're going to have a lot of points that are generated from this. And from there, I want these points to be calculated in my Delaunay mesh. And what it's going to do, if you have multiple curves and you're going to get a data structure that doesn't work out, so you're going to have to flatten these curves. So we're going to flatten. And we're also going to flatten these points here. So once those are flattened, we can bake this, and hitting the middle mouse button, you can see that a mesh is created. It's pretty messy. It's essentially connecting all of the points as vertices. So we want to be able to rebuild this. So there's a relatively new component in Grasshopper under mesh called the quad remesh. So that's going to take a mesh and it's going to rebuild it based on a grid. And these come out generally pretty clean. I'm going to hide all of this. So this alone, middle mouse click, bake, you'll see that this mesh is much more clean. So that might be good enough, but if you want to further edit this or refine the geometry, you're going to use the settings. So quad remesh settings can be brought in. Those plug into the S component here. And this allows us to control the target number of mesh faces that we want. So right now, this is defaulting to 1,000 faces. We can build this up to 4,000. And we'll see how many more subdivisions we get out of that. It's going to be a much denser and heavier mesh. So you can see that that has a little bit more resolution. We can set this to 8,000 just to illustrate the difference. So we're seeing more subdivisions here. And so that's pretty good as far as creating a mesh. So this is the basic version and kind of gives us the existing conditions. Now, let's say we have a building footprint, and in Rhino, I'm just gonna type plane. Let's say we have a building footprint where we wanna flatten out the grade. So let's say we're building a structure here and we want the mesh terrain to meet the ground and then come back down, kind of like a plateau. So this would represent the earthwork and the grading that would need to be done. So I want the mesh to kind of reach up and meet this flat plane and then come back down. You could, work on flat roads or a building footprint and need something like this. So to do that, first we want to input this surface into Grasshopper. So I'm going to double click SRF, click on the surface component, and you're going to say set one surface, clicking on that. And now we have it in Grasshopper. Now we don't want to just have the earth meet right up to the edge of this. I want to be able to offset it so that the plateau or the flat grade is a little bit outside of our building footprint. So to do that, I'm just going to use the offset component, just a basic offset. It asks for a curve, but in this case, it accepts the surface that we have. The distance for the offset, I'm going to make that 3 feet. So it's offsetting that surface edge 3 feet. And so this is what we're going to use. And I'm going to convert this back into a surface, hiding these. So we have this surface, and this is what we're going to use to essentially take this mesh, create a series of vertices from it, extract those vertices, and then lift them up to this plane level or that surface geometry. So we want to create, we're going to use the project component to do that. But the first thing we're going to do is get the subdivisions from this. So we want points from this. So I'm going to use the surface divide. It's actually under surface, and you'll see divide surface. And we want to divide it so that there's a somewhat dense grid of points. I'm going to maybe make this 15. Control C, Control V, so we'll copy and paste this. And you want to try to get these to be more or less even, so you have an even spread of points along that surface. Turn that off. I'm going to hide that. And so we have these points, and we have our quad remesh. What I want to do from this is extract all of the vertices from this. So if we just bake this, this is a mesh that we want to extract the vertices from. So under mesh, you'll see this component deconstruct mesh. That takes the mesh and then extracts vertices, faces, and colors and normals. So we want these vertices. So we're going to take those. And what we want to do is figure out the closest point. But first we're going to use this mesh ray component. So what I want to do is create a ray that starts uses this mesh and uses these points and projects these points onto that surface using the mesh ray component. So if you type mesh ray, it asks for the mesh. So that would be this quad remesh that we have. It's asking for the points. So these are going to be our points from that surface that we created. And it asks for a direction. So we're going to use the negative Z direction. So instead of the ray going up, we want this ray going down. So I'm going to double click, hit Z, we're going to use unit Z, but then we have to reverse it because unit Z faces up. So I'm going to double click, reverse, and use this one, the reverse vector. And so plugging that in, now we have those points from our surface projected onto the mesh. Okay, so now we have projected points. I'm hiding the other things and just exposing this. And from there, we want to use the closest point component. So I want to be able to find the closest points from this original mesh that we have here. So I'm going to take this, turn this on. So we want to take the closest points from this collection and use that to grab the closest relevant points on this mesh. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take those closest points, move them up here, and then replace those with the ones that we moved. So it sounds confusing, but it is confusing. So I'm going to take closest point, so closest points, and I'm going to use the plural, so closest points, not closest point. And I'm going to take, so closest points, it asks, okay, what are we searching from and what points do you want me to search out? So for that, we're going to take these points, we're going to plug in the vertices from that component. And this is important. So I'm going to get, it's asking for how many closest points do you want me to find? I'm going to give it 10. And this number might vary depending on how many vertices you have, but we're going to start with 10 here. So those points I'm going to project in the Z direction. So I'm going to use the project point component that's here. Also under vector, point, project point. So we're going to take these points, project them in the Z direction. So these points are going to go from here up, and they're going to project onto this surface geometry that we have back here. So they're going to project onto that surface. So now we're able to take these points, replace them with these points, and then rebuild that entire mesh. Okay, so if I were to hide these, we're going to essentially replace the mesh vertices that were on grade, and we're going to replace them with these new elevated mesh points or vertices. Okay, so we're going to use the replace members component. And before we do this, so this says, okay, what do you want me to operate on? What do you want to replace? And the new items that we're going to replace with. And for all of these need to be flattened. So I'm going to right click, flatten for all three components. All right, so the first thing is give me the base original list of vertices. That's these original vertices. That's all of them. Then these are the things that we're going to replace. And the things that we're going to be replacing are these closest points. And the things that we're going to replace them with are the projected points. Okay, so I'm going to hide all of this previous stuff, and what we're left with, hide this. What we're left with is a new mesh or a new series of vertices here, but where that rectangular plane was, now we have flat vertices here. All right, and so from there we can take these points and we can use our Delani mesh component, make that a mesh, and again you can bake this and kind of see where we are. So it's flattening just that region. And again, this is pretty jagged and not the best quality mesh. So I'm going to go back into Grasshopper. We're going to do another quad remesh. And again, if you want to change the number of mesh faces, we can set this to 8,000. And we'll plug that into the S settings. And we can bake that. And so what you're left with is a mesh that morphs upward to map to any slab or plane that we just created. And so we can play with this. This will change, play with that, and lift it up. And then in Grasshopper, we just say set one surface, click on that, and it'll update our mesh. So you'll see that it's creating this plateau or flat mesh from our original terrain. So hopefully that helps.